if our camera swings around, we're going to see the Armstrong Express coming up this mountain and wiping them out. And it looks like a battle royale between Armstrong again and perhaps Bolocki.
Well, Tyler Hamilton is in the group of Lance Armstrong, but we're hearing over race radio that Levi Leipheimer appears to be in difficulty at the back of that climb alongside Axel Merckx, who we saw attacking on the descent a few moments ago. Laurent Jalabert in exactly the same situation as he was this time last year in the Pyrenees, trying to win himself a great Pyrenean stage. And exactly the same situation as he was in yesterday, on his own at the front of a Pyrenean mountaintop finish, hoping to survive from the onslaught of the return of Lance Armstrong and the US Postal Service team.
So the three leaders are split now by half a minute, and the Armstrong group a little more than 1 minute behind. Concentrating, he knows what's happening behind him now. Does Laurent Jalabert. He's just got to stick with his guns because he's got no more strength left to accelerate. Here is what is left of the race here coming up now. Third to the right, that's Raimundus Runzas, who's having a great tour. The rider in the pink is Bolocki, and it looks, Paul, as though he's only got two teammates with him, Armstrong here.
He has, but watch out for the man who's actually sitting in the wheels today, Roberto Heras. Maybe today is the day he's going to try and set up the win for his man. Heras there riding on the wheel of Bolocki, who has 21. Levi Leipheimer, 101. He is going out of the back of the group with Axel Merckx. Just in front of him is one of the other riders. And in fact, it looks like Tyler Hamilton might be going off the back as well, because he's the man who wears number 52. So the American challengers to Lance Armstrong's superiority are not able to rival the man from Texas on the slopes of the Pyrenees.
Well, if we get back to Armstrong's group, we're going to find Oscar Sevilla is also now cracking. He is hanging on to the tail of this group. I don't know if our camera will show that, but he is in trouble. We've still got Patero here. He's tucked in there in that green striped jersey. But his young teammate, Sevilla, is the team captain, and he has gone off the back of that group. Look now, Dufault and Zidra Nozel. But the main chase is only 30 seconds behind them. Battle Royale.
They're just hoping to survive and try and pull themselves back up to Jalabert, but Jalabert in fact is extending his advantage over them, and they are now 40 seconds behind. The group of Lance Armstrong is now just at 1 minute and 7 seconds.
This is Dufault. Now the hill is beginning to bite at the relentless tempo here. A much bigger group than we expected to be together, and at the moment Once are equal in numbers as they are with US Postal. They might slightly outnumber US Postal here, and they've still got another man up the road as well. And there is the situation with Oscar Sevilla dangling at the back and suffering to try and hang on. This is the man who won the Tour of Spain, finished second rather in the Tour of Spain last year, lost it on the final day, currently in 13th place overall, and just trying to hold on to a very select group of bike riders here.
He really is suffering to stay in contention right now. In fact, there are 4 Once riders in this group. Once are really the strength in numbers in the mountains. They really are the team that are hoping to try and dethrone Armstrong. But the fact is, Armstrong has got some of the best climbers in the world alongside him to look after him. Jose Luis Riviera is doing a magnificent job right now, but I think all of France would like to see this man win. And in his last Tour de France, I would like to see him win one of these mountain stages, because he has been the most aggressive bike rider over the last couple of days. The two men in between are about to get caught. Idrisio Nozel, all the white jerseys, the best young rider in this year's Tour de France. He now gets a chance to see what the heads of state of cycling look like, and the work being done by what is now very much, apart from Lance Armstrong, a very Spanish-speaking group.
And just around the corner is a Swiss speaker, Laurent Dufault. He'll be back. The gap is now a little more than 50 seconds to Laurent Jalabert as they just gather them up and put them in their place. But it's interesting to see that Once are surviving here with 4 men. This is not quite the demonstration we saw from the US Postal team yesterday yet. If they can lift it anymore, it might be, but at the moment, it's looking a very open climb to the finish. There is Dufault, and now again in trouble, Oscar Sevilla at the back of the race.
I don't think anybody expected this from the man who won the best young riders competition last year at the Tour de France, and it's still a very large group there with Lance Armstrong. Laurent Jalabert is still hoping to survive, but it's going to be a tough call for him. At one stage, they had an advantage of over 5 minutes on the main field, and right now that has doubled to around about 40 seconds with 10 kilometers to go. These kilometers tick by so slowly on the slopes of the mountains, when you can imagine they take around about 1 minute and 10 seconds for a kilometer on the flat. Here on the big mountains where it starts to get steep, it can take them around about 3.
30 seconds as the devil runs alongside Laurent Jalabert here. He was shaking his head. He just keeps his concentration now. He can't rise his speed anymore. I'll quickly give you the composition of this group on the right of our picture before it changes. Lance Armstrong, Roberto Heras, Jose Luis Riviera, Audio Postal, Once have got Malocki, Acevedo, Gonzalez de Galeano, and also Nozal for the moment. Materno is there, Kovalev is still there, Carlos Sastre, Ulai Oza, Laurent Dufaux
Go, Idol!
at the moment, and Oscar Sevilla just dangling off the back of them.
This is still a very large group, but look at the faces on these riders hoping to survive. Well, there you can see Laurent Dufaux, after a long, brave attempt, is actually going out of the back of the group right now. And the man also going out of the back as well, one of the Banesto riders who is having a very difficult time right now, is Unai Oza.
Just a battle now to destruction as they go up towards the climb at 10 to go. Under the banner of 10 kilometers or 6 miles to the finish, more riders are dropped off. It looks as though we've lost here the rider now. Sevilla has gone again. He really has fought well there, Paul, and the Once rider going back there with him, surprisingly, is Jose Acevedo. So Once lose a man at the front.
Gives you an idea just how difficult this climb is when you see the best climbers in the world hopping off the back of the group. This man really has to go deep into his courage this afternoon to try and keep himself high in the overall standings. He wants to finish high up. He's 13th at the start of today's stage, but that really now is a serious group starting to form there at the front. Riviera ticking out the pace as Roberto Heras did yesterday. Armstrong just sitting there, very happy to sit in the slipstream of his teammate who is doing a marvellous job for him. Armstrong's face field shows no sign at all of any emotion at all. They are now just 14 seconds behind Laurent Jalabert. In the next half a kilometre, I expect they will see the Frenchman and rejoin him after he led this race for, again, almost 150 kilometres.
12 with just men, 12 and a half if we look back, because Sevilla keeps coming in and going back again. Poor Laurent Jalabert, for the second time in as many days, is going to look over his shoulder and see Lance Armstrong. He can't believe his luck. He's almost given us the same stroke of his head as he did last time. Another brilliant day for Jalabert. Absolutely superb to go out on the attack for 2 days, like he has done. He'll be rewarded this time at the finish with the lead in the King of the Mountains, but he really desperately wanted that stage win. In the distance, Oscar Sevilla. On the front is Jose Luis Riviera, the teammate of Armstrong. Armstrong looking for his chance, I feel, here, as the pedal revs are lifted again. The gap's over once more. This mountain is relentless now, and it's 9 kilometers still of it to go.
The two Spanish climbers on Team US Postal this year are in absolute